So today I'm going to do two, they're more like special effects things. Um, the first thing we're going to do is try to create a storm in a glass. So we'll be able to kind of explain how a storm happens using this glass and some of these items I have over here. I thought about this because Miss Hicks earlier said something about she heard thunder, and I was like, well, I could do the storm thing, instead of the rockets I was going to do because I just ran out of time. And then with that glass, we'll try to create, I'll see if I can create fireworks to where it'll look like there's fireworks in the water. I have not done either of them personally. I've seen them, so we'll see how it goes. For the storm, you're basically just going to need a glass, some shaving cream. Hopefully my wife don't get mad. I did kind of ask her, but not really truly ask her. Water, food coloring, and a spoon. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this glass and we're going to fill it about half full of water. So I'm going to say, we'll just say right about there. Okay? And then secondly, we're going to take the shaving cream and we're going to try to spray it. Okay, stay floating. I'm going to try to spray it here on top and see if I can't get like a layer here. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to buy her some more. Okay, so the shaving cream on top is going to kind of represent our cloud. So the water is just kind of like the air outside, and so the water is kind of like the air outside, and then this shaving cream is kind of like the clouds that form up in the sky in the air. Okay, so what you want to do is once you get like a little layer here, you want to kind of smooth it out with your finger, and you want to try to make it as flat as you possibly can. I think that's about probably as good as I'm going to get it. It would be easier to use a jar or a glass that had a bigger top so you can get your hand down in there better. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is take another measuring cup and we're going to get a half a cup of water in it. You could also use another glass, that would work also. Then we're going to take, I'm going to use blue food coloring. And we're going to put 10 drops in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. All right. 10 drops of food coloring. Can you guys see the glass okay? Like this right here? Okay. Alright, so we're going to stir this up. Okay, so now we have our water that's like the air outside. We have our cloud. And this blue water is going to represent the moisture that's floating around in the air. And the cloud is going to absorb that moisture, and it's just going to keep gathering and gathering that moisture until something happens. So what you want to do is you want to try to carefully put this inside here, spoonful by spoonful. And again, it's a little hard with the way I'm using this kind of jar. A bigger lidded glass would be easier. So the cloud is gathering and gathering moisture until finally something starts happening. So the moisture is now going through the cloud because the cloud can no longer hold it anymore. So basically it's kind of like a rainstorm or a hailstorm or a snowstorm. The cloud ends up getting too heavy. And once the cloud gets too heavy, it can't hold it anymore, and so everything starts trying to like fall through the cloud and back down to the ground. So can you guys see that okay? Basically, yes. So the blue water is kind of like the rain coming from the cloud going down through the air because the cloud got too heavy. All right, so there's that. All right, now this one we'll try to do water fireworks. See if this works. So this one deals with density. Alright, so we need to fill the top of this almost to the top with water if we can. So let me go grab some more water real quick. All my helpers are gone at work, except for my youngest girl, and she is filming it for me, so I had to get out of my seat myself. All right. We'll do about right there. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. Alright, so for this one, you'll need another jar or a clear glass. And then you'll need another glass that's a little smaller. Again, you'll need food coloring. And you'll need a tablespoon, measuring cup, a fork, and some vegetable oil. Okay. First thing we're going to do after we fill this glass almost full is we need to measure out 2 tablespoons of oil. And this is definitely going to be easier said than done with this big old giant thing of oil. Okay, there's one. Yikes, I'm spilling it a little. And there's 2. Okay. Let's put that aside. Now we need to add 2 drops of food coloring. So we'll do purple. Okay, there's 2 drops. Then you need to stir the food coloring around into the oil to where it creates little blobs. Try to make them smaller and smaller and smaller there. Okay. Now, that's kind of what it's going to look like. It's a whole bunch of little blobs suspended in the oil. Okay. So what's going to happen here is we're going to pour this into here, and the oil is less dense than the water, so the oil should sit on top. However, the food coloring should start to make its way through the oil and drop into the water, and once that happens, it should disperse out like fireworks. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. wonder if I need a little more food coloring. I'm not sure how long this will take because those little drops are in there pretty small. Okay, there we go. They're kind of, I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? It's almost like, it almost looks like weird little tentacles growing. And so you got these little drops. They're like these little fireworks that are just kind of raining down. Kind of like it goes up, it explodes, and then the pieces fall down. That's kind of what it looks like. And I don't know how well, again, you can see it, but some of them, when they're going down, they're breaking apart and actually turning into a circle and kind of going out like that. So it's going to get to the point now where it's just going to get all sloppy and you can't see all the little individual drops. But that's pretty much it. That one also kind of is almost like a rainstorm, actually, when you think about it. So I guess that one could also show similar characteristics to that one. All right, Hannah, what'd you think about those two?
Dad.